If you want to be seen as a spiritual gangster through the eyes of Jesus, this is how you would do it. In order to be seen as a spiritual gangster through the eyes of Jesus, it takes a certain level of understanding. It takes reaching a certain level of consciousness. And what I mean by this, you need to understand why you're here. If you're a light worker, starseed, earth angel, you carry a high vibration, you walk around with love in your heart, and you find yourself being attacked by some of the most demonic, psychopathic people on this planet, and you don't understand why, what you need to understand is that certain people have a mission, and that's to deliver karma. So, to be a spiritual gangster through the eyes of Jesus, when faced with adversity, meaning someone has done you wrong in this case, instead of seeking revenge, seeing the bigger picture and understanding that you were an option for this person and there's higher beings watching to see how they're going to react. The universe is watching how they're going to react. And depending on their actions, there's going to be consequences. And so sometimes we're put into people's lives as the final test. An example of this would be, and this is for entertainment purposes only, this is fictional, I'm just making this up. But as far as I'm aware, in 2020, I had this demonic witch practitioner working for a 3-letter agency. Who knows which one? This woman was involved in massive, let's say G-socking, you know, the socks that go on your feet, G-socking, including helicopters following me down the road, flying circles over my house, little devices with energy that could be free. You know, all these things, all this G-socking that goes on your feet. And just more recently, I found out that a woman who befriended me at a place I frequent for the last couple months was this same woman befriending me just to send me black magic because she wasn't capable of eliminating me with her little spells, you know, from a distance. So now she's decided to, you know, meet me in person. And, you know, I am aware of this information. Spirit has a funny way of communicating. And so in order for me to be seen as a spiritual gangster through the eyes of Jesus, that means that I'm not going to go back to that restaurant and do something my 20-year-old self would want me to do. Instead, I'm going to just laugh at this pathetic individual because I know what happens to people who come up against me in these circumstances.